Alright, let's see how this works for the screen capture. Hopefully this will do what we need it to do. So I have a business folder here with all of my business apps, and we're going to go in and open the eBay app. And from here we'll list an item. Now there are a number of ways you could go about creating a listing. We can start from the search right here and do a search, or if we go back, we have the main eBay screen here where we can go to selling and click that little selling tab, and here I have drafts that I've started that I can complete and work on. I'm going to go ahead and do a search for an item. Now you'll notice in the search you've got a microphone there where you could tap on it and it will let you speak the item that you want to list, or it's got a camera where you can scan a barcode or take a photo of the item, or even select from your gallery. You can see there, so you've got all those options if you wanted to do an image search. So I've done that before. I often will use the barcode scanner, which works very quickly. And we'll try that just to show you what it looks like. I've got a few barcodes on an item in front of me here, so we'll tap on that barcode and put it in the screen, and it will come up real fast if it's in eBay's database. So these barcodes are not in the eBay database. So let's try another one here. I've got a thing of peanut butter here. Look at that. The peanut butter, it recognized it as a barcode, but no search results found. So we'll start over with our search, and let's try putting in the part number of this other part that I have here, which is 926567411. And we do a search for the part number. Now I deal with a lot of surplus items, and this is one of those. It's not pulling up that part number, so I'll try another part number on it and see if it finds it. 673. And there we go. That pulled something up. 250 results, but as I'm looking at them, they're not the actual item that I have here. So we're going to try again, and we're going to do the name of the item. So it's a defrost in Venzus. So there we are. Now we've got some items that are actually coming up that might relate to the item. And so now I'm going to, I can click on any one of these to say sell similar, and that'll get me started with a listing. And even if it's not the exact item, I just pulled down and refreshed the the item there. Even if it's not the exact item, it gives me a place to start, and that's all that we need here. So I'm going to just browse through these real quick and see if I can find that exact item. And it does not look like my exact item is coming up. So no big deal. I'm just going to go do one that is already listed. Now, if you look at the top of your app, top right, you'll see the filter option. I'm going to go click on that, or tap that. And here we have all these options that we can filter our item. And so I could use any of these to filter it. What I'm looking for is I want to look at sold items. So I have 23 that are active for this type of item. If I tap on that sold items, it'll highlight both completed and sold. And then I'll go up to the top right and tap done, and that'll take me back to my listings. But this time we're seeing just those items that have sold. So out of 23 active items, we've had 9 that have sold, and that's generally within the last 3 months. And we can see the dates there above every item. It shows you the date when it sold. So looks like the earliest one was in July 19th. All right, and so again, I refreshed, pulling down there by accident. So I don't, once again, I don't have any of the exact same item, but I have a few different ones to look at. So I am going to tap on one of these to start a listing. So if we go into this first one, Invenzus 4-hour defrost timer refrigerators, we tap on that, and the listing comes up, and you have all these options there: buy it now, add to cart, make offer, watch. But if we scroll down a little bit, down at the bottom, you'll see on those buttons at the bottom, there's sell one like this. So I'm going to click on that sell one like this, and that starts my listing. So now I'm at my listing summary. It's loading the page, and this is the newest version of eBay's tool. It's interesting, they don't do this across all categories. So depending on the category you have, you might see something a little different than what I'm showing here. But this one's pretty common. So now I can click on the image option, take a new photo, and I can take a picture of my item. And I actually have a little place set up here with white paper in it to help me get a good clear picture. So let's do that here. And there's my lunch. We'll pull that item out there and set it up to take a picture. And I'm just going to come in like that. I can tap on my screen, and my camera app allows me to increase the brightness, so it'll make it look a little cleaner. Take my picture, click OK at the top, and then I've got my picture there. It'll refresh and then let me tap on it. I can pull it up and actually edit it right here. Just a little bit of editing. I can crop the image. I can rotate it, just some basic stuff like that. So I'm going to click save there and apply that. And you want to use the best lighting you can possibly get for these, because the better the image you have, the more likely you'll get views on it. So then I click that little plus sign at the bottom right and the green button to take a new picture, and I'm going to come in and take pictures of different angles. So again, I'm going to brighten that up best I can and take a few different pictures here. So I get it from multiple different angles. And since I realize this will allow me to bend a little bit and change the position, I'm going to get one more direct there. Alright. So now I've got all those in here. I can go in and crop all of them close to the item, so I'm not wasting any space there, and the item image will be as big as I can possibly get it on eBay. And each time I just click on the photo, pull it up, click the little crop icon, which is in the middle at the bottom there, pull it in by clicking one of the corners, and then I tap or touch in the middle of the box and move it to highlight the part that I want, and then click apply at the top and then save at the top. And I'll just continue through that for each of these images, and this is just an item that I have sitting around here. It's not worth a whole lot. Great starting item, something like that you don't necessarily care a lot about. Now this one needs to be rotated. Notice my camera took it at a different angle, so I'm going to click the rotate icon down at the lower left and rotate that all the way around. There we go. And then crop. Bring that in and move it to center and then save. Now I'd actually like to make that my primary image, but it doesn't give me an option to move that, so we'll just leave it as is there. On the computer you can move those around, and I might do that. Now I've got my title here, and this is not the same item, so I'm going to go in here and change this a little bit and put in the item number for the actual item I have, which is RC, and then a hyphen and a bunch of numbers here. Alright, now that number needs to go. I'll copy that, so I tapped on it and drug across there to highlight that. I don't know if it's a 4-hour or not. I've got to find out, but I've got the number in there, so now I can go down. I'm going to leave the category. That's fine. Item details. We'll click on the little pencil to edit that. And the item number in Venzus is correct, or the brand rather. The manufacturer's part number, I'm going to hold down my thumb and then I have the paste option to paste. So paste that in there, and then it gives me a plus sign down below. I tap that and then go back, and that puts that item number in there. And interesting, okay, I want to uncheck the other one. There we go. Defrost timer. Color is white. Model, again, is the one that I just put in there. Okay. Oh, notice it says UPC is required. I'm just going to slide that slider at the top. Does not apply for that, since I'm not sure I have the correct UPC that they will accept. And then for the description, I'm going to copy. So again, go back to the title, click on that little teardrop at the bottom right, and highlight the whole title, copy it, go to my description area, hold down and paste to get that in there. I do not want to do an auction style. I want to do a fixed price, so I'll just slide that off of auction. It will automatically go to fixed price, buy it now. And it has a default price in there. I'll change it a little bit and go back from pricing at the top. Shipping, we'll edit that, and first class is good. And I'd like to do free shipping, but this new version of their app doesn't seem to offer. There's buyer pays, fixed amount, offer free shipping. There we go. So I can do the free shipping, then go back from shipping at the top left there. Alright, and then I can just list my item, or save it for later if I wanted to save it as a draft. If I wanted to work on it on the computer, I could do that. So I'm going to show you that. I'm going to save for later, and then I can pull it up on my computer screen over here and manage my drafts through the computer screen. And the only reason I'm doing this is I feel like the lighting isn't quite as bright as I'd like it, so I've got a little bit of grayed out. This is not something you have to do, obviously, especially if you don't have access to a computer, but if you do, it's nice to go in and just clean up that contrast a little bit. Remember, I wanted to move my last image to make it my first, and so I'm going to make that adjustment here, and then I'll show you how I can come back into the app and see all of my images updated there and complete my listing. So just quickly updating that. And I'm going to leave one a little darker just so you can see the contrast. And then we have an advanced editor on there for some other items as well. But I'm not going to put a lot of time into all that right now. Alright, and then we can go down and save the item. So now if I go back a few pages in my app with my back button on the phone and then click on selling, notice there under the drafts there's my Invensys item. Now the next thing I want to do is research this item to find out, is it a 4-hour defrost timer or is it something different? And so I'm going to go into this edit and I'm going to copy that number. I'm going to copy all of this actually. And we'll go back to my business folder and open a Chrome window. And let's do a, let's find one that I can do. So we'll go to google.com and hold down to paste. I don't know that I need all of that, so we'll back that out of there. Back that out of there. And we'll back this stuff out of there and then search. So there we are, putting the number in to see if we can find the exact item, and you'll see that it is not showing that exact item on search results. So I'm not sure. We have, so we might have to use some other part numbers. Let's try, I have a number here, BV4. And I'm just researching what I have, and some of the items I have are a little more complicated than what you might run into, but I'm going to look at images and see if I can find an image that matches, and that will take me to a page where I know I'm dealing with the same item and I can find out more about this item I have. You won't normally have to do this, so I think what I'll do is I'm just going to go back to the listing for time's sake for you, and I'm going to remove this 4-hour and just call it Invensys defrost timer refrigerators. We'll change that out of the description area as well. And that little message that popped up was just because it doesn't allow formatting in this new listing tool, which I don't really like, but I don't have a choice. So come down and just click list your item, and the item goes up. So simple as that. Again, most of the time here was just from my needing to research. I do have the option to promote my listing down below. I only pay a little extra if somebody clicks on a sponsored ad. So I'm going to go ahead and tap that promote and then tap done, and I've completed my listing. So that's how we do a listing on eBay with the eBay app.